Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Michael, KE4EST. And this is going to be a little short video to let you know what's going on. Things are starting to get back in order here on the workbench. Well, I've been doing stuff since my last update. But like I say, with sister-in-law living here, and of course, kids was out of school again for COVID. It was possible exposure, so they had to quarantine for 2 weeks. And this, that, and the other. And now they're getting back into it. And all that. And, I work on stuff. I've been working on stuff this whole time. It's just I don't put everything on camera. And then some things I want to put on camera, I have to put it on the back burner, and some things I have to go ahead and get it done and get it out. But just want to let you know things are starting to get back, where I can start getting things going here and show you kind of what's coming up. You can see right here. Let's turn it this way. Excuse the messy desk, messy bench here. You don't see the desk, it's worse than this right now, but you can see it. This is I call it Dynaload. Let's see, it's Transistor Devices DLR 50-15-150A. It's just electronic load. And I noticed it's been, this is something to come out in the, I'm guessing 80s. I don't remember. But it works great, still works really good. I've never looked it up, but this chip may be starting to get hard to find, of course, or something like that. But I pulled it apart, cut the calibration sticker, because I'm going to calibrate it, and we're going to do it together here on camera and kind of go through it. I thought maybe you guys might be interested in this. This will be kind of something to get things back going. I'm not going to do it today, but just this will be coming up real shortly. But anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent here. But things are about to get back settled down where I can get back in here to making videos and putting them out. I've got over here, this here, this is a Heathkit. I had to look. I knew what it was, but now I had to look. That's the IB, or India Bravo -1103. This is Heathkit's frequency counter, and it's the one that's got 8 digits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8. I've already shot most of the video on this. I still had to count it. It's been sitting here for a couple weeks. Got the 8. You see that? Of course, it ain't plugged in or anything. It's got the 8 digits. You can't even see them in there, of course. I bet if I did that, though. Yeah, there you go. It's got the 8 Nixie tubes in it. And this one's kind of sought after, and I actually have a couple of these. And one of them has issues. I need to go through that one day. Way more issues than what this one did. You'll see in the video. This one here, it had some issues, but it's I've got it all straightened out now and it's working. I just got to finish shooting the video on it, get it buttoned up. I've got another one. And it's pretty neat the way it's made. Here's the board out of the other one. Here's the power supply board. I forgot where I got the camera. Let's bring the camera back this way. There's the power supply board out of it. Nothing's been changed on this power supply board. That's what's nice. You see these here, and just plug it right down in there. Yeah, let's get a little more than what I wanted to do here, but you see these boards here. I can take these and plug them down in there. You just pull them out. Makes it real easy to work on. Change parts, put it back in. This is out of the other one. Here's the oscillator board. 4 megacycles. Yeah, 4,000 kilohertz, 4 megacycles, 4 megahertz. Out of the other one, just happened to have them laying there where I was using them for, I was using them for demoing the video. So it's been a couple weeks trying to get everything back together here, clean up the bench a little bit more before I really shoot. And this here will be the next video we go through, and that's my repeater out there again. I usually turn that down before I shoot a video. Go through this and show you this. I'm going to calibrate it on camera and change out those capacitors, which are not bad, but I've had this board out already one time and looked, and you can tell the solder on the other side is really fresher looking than the rest of the solder. So somebody's changed these capacitors out, you know. They're electrolytics. It's only got these 2 electrolytics, and there's one down, little bitty, like 3.3 microfarad or something, I think, down in there. And you know, I got looking at those and I was like, the reason I pulled it apart is this is used for my electronic load. The voltage on the front is off a little bit, and the current don't, you know, the meters, everything's off a little bit. You can go in here and here's your adjustments. Go through and calibrate it and bring the meter and everything back like it's supposed to be. But I also noticed that, I mean, it's been working, but I did notice it drops off quickly. Like if you put a heavy load on it, but not really heavy load, like 2 or 3 amps, it kind of drops down. It wants to pull, you know. I'm like, what is, that's kind of strange. Maybe it's the power supply I'm hooking up to it or whatever, but make up my own little load with a big resistor or something and stick it across the power supply, and the voltage don't change. You know, say for an example. So I don't know if that's got to do with it or not. That looked on the schematic. This is supposed to be 470 microfarad capacitors, and somebody's put 10 microfarad capacitors. They got the voltage right, 50 volt, but I thought that was a little odd. But anyway, so that's coming up next. Then we got this Heathkit counter, and then I've got several other things, you know, I want to do. And then another thing too on this video, everything goes well, I'm using the new microphone. I usually use right here. Usually use this. Now this little booger here is expensive. I started off with some cheap stuff as I started the channel, but this one here is a Rode, little Rode lapel microphone. It's about $100. Well, I think it's right on $100. This one is. And that's what I've been using the last few videos, or dozen videos or so. My throat's getting a little rough there, and I ain't planning on doing a lot of editing on this video, so you may hear me clear my throat. But that is what I've been using. And I've got, let me pull it down here. Now I'm using this. I'm going to try it out and see how I like it. You know, you guys may not like it. I may not like the sound of it. I don't know. I mean, it sounds good. I've done a bunch of tests with it, but sometimes listen to your own voice. But you hear me right now. So you hear that? That's what I'm on. It's just up above the camera, out of the way. Of course, you can tell with this if I turn my head and look over here and talk about this frequency counter, which is not in shot right now, and I come back to this, you'll be able to tell a little bit unless I go through and kind of equalize it out in post. But I'm going to try to leave the audio alone, just leave it flat across the board without doing anything on this particular video anyway. I usually go through, you know, when I'm editing and then mess with the audio and try to tweak it, make it sound a little better. But this time I'm going to try to leave it flat across. This is going straight into my tube preamp, 12AX7, I think is what's in that. And then it comes out of that, and right now it's feeding into this here, and you can see it moving as I talk. It's feeding right into that. Sometimes I use a different mixer. I got a big mixer board over there. That way that you can't see, but this is way too messy and some kind of personal stuff over there right now. But anyway, I got a mixer board over there that I can run it in, and right now it's run into that, which I use that a lot. This little, some people say Zoom's better or this is better. This little Tascam I've had for years. DR, whoa, hit the camera. Sorry about that. DR05, and I notice now they got, it still looks the same as DR05X, and I forget what I looked up to see what the difference was, but this little thing I have used, I wonder if that's making noise there. I hope not, moving that wire. This, I have used this a lot for a lot of things, for podcast, recording a lot of podcasts when I was doing a lot of the Satellite Nation stuff. That you guys that know that when I used to, with Brian Gold, I started to say Satellite AV, but he's got Titanium Satellite now. Or you might know him off Satellite Guys or whatever. When we did the Satellite Nation podcast, like radio station, it was an internet radio station, did that for a while. If we did some stuff that was, pre-recorded instead of doing it live, I'd use that. Sometimes I'd run through the mixer and then that, and sometimes I'd record it straight to the computer, and I tried different things, but sometimes things worked pretty good. But I got this new mic over this little time period and a few other things, and I want to try some things out, and I don't know, see if it sounds any better. Put your comments down below what you think about the audio, because this video's not got a whole lot of content to it, but if you're watching this far into it and not got bored, then tell me what the audio sounds like. And hopefully next week, I hope next week, I don't want to make any promises, but I hope next week I will have things a little bit more tidied up here, and we will go through this dyno load here, this electronic load, and then I'll get everything finished up maybe on the Heathkit counter and bring it up. The first part of the video was shot with the other microphone and the other camera, I think, because it was, some of it was shot and I decided to keep it. I went through and edited it. Been editing it 4 or 5 months ago, or 6 months ago now, whatever it was, before all this stuff happened here. So anyway, I'm riled on enough, so let me know what the audio sounds like, and I will catch you in the next video. This is Michael, K4EST 73.